It was nearly Christmas on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were very busy. There was no snow, but the engines didn't mind. They liked taking passengers and goods all around the island. One morning, the flight controller came to see the engines with important news. A visitor from the other railway will come with a train full of important passengers, but the train will need another engine to help out. I will decide who will take the train once I see all of you being really useful. And he left. The engines wondered who would join the visitor's special train. It ought to be me. I am the fastest, you know. Ha! You're more likely to come off the rails. I should be the one to pull the train. But what about me? Said Edward. I haven't pulled a special train in a while. You? Pah! Nonsense! You're more likely to delay the train. And he puffed away. Don't listen to Edward. He's just big and proud. You can easily pull a train. Edward smiled, but he still felt Gordon was right. Later, Gordon was puffing along the main line, taking a train full of trucks. Trucks indeed. Huh! I should be pulling coaches, not these. But still, I must be really useful for the important job. As Gordon was coming towards the signal box, he didn't realize because there was no snow, the cold wind makes the tracks icy and slippery. Gordon's driver tried to slow down, but he couldn't. Instead, he slipped past the signal box and onto the wrong line. Oh no, the signalman cried. He's not supposed to go that way. That's where the other train's coming. The other train, meaning James, was taking a few passengers down the line. He didn't know that he was heading straight towards Gordon until he saw him up ahead. Look out, James, called his driver and applied the brakes, but it was no good. While James's passengers and Gordon's train weren't hurt, the two engines had bumped into each other and derailed. Gordon, what were you thinking? James snapped. Going on my line? It's disgraceful. It wasn't my fault. The tracks were too icy, so it was impossible for me to stop. Pah! Nonsense! Scoffed James. Meanwhile, Edward was shunted in the yards when the station master walked up to him. Gordon and James have crashed into each other and derailed. You must bring the workmen there at once. Right away. Soon Edward arrived at the scene of the disaster. Oh dear, exclaimed Edward. This is a mess. Never mind, you two. We'll soon get you back on the tracks. At last, Edward had cleaned up the mess, and the engines were back on the tracks. The fat controller had come to congratulate Edward. Well done, Edward. I'm really proud of you. You really are a really useful engine. As a reward, you will go and help pull the visitors' train tonight. Oh, thank you, sir, whistled Edward happily. Edward, I'm sorry I doubted you. You are a really useful engine. Thank you, Gordon. We engines live and learn, you know. Soon after, Edward arrived at Vickerstown Station, where he got a big surprise. There, at the front of the train, was a big engine with the number 30450 on the side of him. Hello there, I'm Edward. Who are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Crispin. I believe I visited your railway before. You have, back in 1956, when you and Gordon talked about the London station. And when he got there, it was St. Pancras. That sure got the hymn at the end of his buffers. It sure did. Come on then, let's get this train going. As soon as Edward buffered up behind him, the guard blew his whistle and the train was off. When they reached the station, everyone clapped and cheered for the Christmas Train Express. But just then, Thomas noticed the engine in front of the train, and he called to Gordon, "Hey Gordon, do you remember a certain someone back in 56? Well, look who's pulling the train. What? No, it can't be. Well, Gordon, how was London back then? Did you enjoy it? But all Gordon said was nothing, and he looked at his buffers.